Okay, and the last topic that we have from Unit 4 is execution, suspension, remission, commutation of sentences. It is not a difficult topic, but we need to know meaning of all these 4 words. Once we understand meaning of these 4 words, it becomes very easy for us. Hey, before we continue, I wanted to inform you about my live mentorship program for LLB students or law aspirants. Law subjects and law topics need detailed clarity. We get that with the help of cases, examples, and detailed explanation. It's definitely not possible to include everything in these short videos. If you find my videos easy to understand and you are looking for some professional help in preparing for your examination, you can join my live mentorship program. Here you will be getting exam tips, answer writing skills, detailed notes that you can refer for your examination, cases, examples, and in a very easy way topics will be explained. I have live classes going on for a lot of subjects as of now. To know more about it, you can drop me a message on this WhatsApp number. I'm also helping a lot of students in writing their assignments. If you need any such help or for any queries, any suggestions, you can drop me a message on this WhatsApp number. And now let's continue with our video. Okay, now when we talk about sentences is nothing but what order code has passed, right? Is it death penalty? Is it imprisonment? Is it fine? Whatever it is, that is nothing but sentence. Okay, whatever sentence code has given. So we are talking with reference to sentences, whatever punishment code has finally decided. In reference to that, we are talking about 4 things. What are these 4 things? Execution, suspension, remission, commutation. Now, execution and suspension are 2 words which we anyways commonly use, right? Execution, as in doing something, right? Execution of a contract, as in you are like accepting it, you have signed it, you have given your consent. That is nothing but execution. Same ways when we say execution of an order, that means getting it done, okay, implementing. So when we say execution, that means to implement it. Take for example, a court has given punishment of death penalty. In that case, capital punishment has to be implemented, right? There would be certain officers who will implement, who would execute that particular order, whatever court has directed. That is nothing but execution, which means to implement, to get it done, to make it happen. Okay, that is the first thing, execution of sentence. Whatever order court has passed, getting it done. Whether it's death penalty, imprisonment, fine, you get it done. If it's imprisonment for 2 years, like get it done. Make this person remain in jail for 2 years. Once it is done, means execution is over, right? If fine is imposed, make that person pay the fine. That is nothing but execution of sentence, right? So execution of sentence may be applicable for capital punishment, for death, like life imprisonment, imprisonment for a different year, fines, whatever punishment code has given. Okay, is it clear? Execution?
Yes, madam.
Suspension. So what is suspension?
Suspension, here it is written to stay or postponement.
Yeah, we see, right? This person was suspended from college for 5 days.
Yes.
That means for 5 days you should not come to college. After that you can come because you might have done something wrong. A person is suspended from his job for 5 days. As in he has done something wrong. For 5 days he was suspended, right? That means for 5 days you do not come. After that you can come. As in we are delaying it, right? That for 5 days you don't come. After that you can come. For 5 days we have delayed the process. Same happens here also. Suspend means to stay or postpone. We are keeping something on hold. Might be court has passed an order for death penalty. It is suspended. That put it on hold for some time. After that you can execute it. Okay, that is nothing but suspension of sentence. Whatever sentence might be. If fine is also imposed, might be for some duration, because of some reason suspended. Right? Suspended as in nothing but to stay or to postpone. These 2 are common words we anyways use. But what is remission and commutation? Because these are not something that we commonly use.
Yes.
Okay, so remission and commutation. Okay, these two are kind of similar, kind of related. Okay, remission means the duration of sentence is reduced without changing nature of the sentence. Take for example, when we talk about imprisonment, right? Imprisonment or sending a person to the jail. There are two types of imprisonment that happen. One is simple and another one is rigorous. Okay, what is simple and rigorous? Are you aware of it?
APC I studied.
So simple imprisonment.
Rigorous, simple, severe punishment is rigorous. Severe punishment.
Severe
for more than 3 years.
Actually, it might be for any duration. Okay, simple basically means it's just a simple imprisonment. Person is sent to the jail and he is asked to do some, like minor things like maybe baking cakes, baking cookies, etc. would be what he needs to do. When we say rigorous imprisonment, he would be given some hard labor like breaking stones and stuff that we see in movies. Okay, so rigorous imprisonment means in both the cases, person is sent to jail. In this case, he needs to do some here and there small work. Here, hard labor is involved. That means this becomes more severe kind of a punishment. It's difficult for the person also. Okay.
Yes.
So what remission means is that duration of sentence is reduced. If a person was given simple imprisonment for 5 years, what we are doing, we are only reducing the duration. From 5 years, we can make it 3 years, 2 years,
yes.
1 year,
yes.
like that. We are only reducing the duration. In case a person was given rigorous imprisonment, we are again reducing the duration. From 5 years rigorous imprisonment, we can make it 4 years rigorous imprisonment, 3 years rigorous imprisonment, 2 years rigorous imprisonment, 1 year rigorous imprisonment. But from 5 years rigorous imprisonment, we cannot make it 5 years simple imprisonment or 4 years simple imprisonment. Okay, we cannot change nature of the sentence. If it was rigorous imprisonment, it has to remain rigorous imprisonment, only duration we can reduce. If it was simple imprisonment, again, we would simply reduce the duration. Okay. This is nothing but remission. We are only reducing the duration. Is it clear?
Clear, madam.
Okay. Another one is commutation. Now, what is commutation? Substitution of a lesser penalty for that given after conviction of a crime. When court finally decided the case, at that point in time, some punishment was given. But now we are substituting it. What is substituting? Some replacement kind of a thing, right? Substitute.
Yes.
What is substitute of tea? It is coffee. As in, we are not drinking tea anymore. We are drinking coffee. We are replacing it. Same ways here also what happens, it is substitution of a lesser penalty. We are substituting it, but with a lesser penalty. Take for example, here different punishment also might be given. Like in case of death penalty or capital punishment, it may be commuted with life imprisonment, substituted to a lesser punishment. That okay, fine, life imprisonment. From rigorous imprisonment of 7 years, it may be substituted to maybe simple imprisonment 3 years, whatever it is, right? Substituting with a lesser penalty. Is it clear?
Yes, madam.
So if you remember these 4 words meanings, right, you can write in your own ways also. You don't even need to read this entire part. Oh, it is, everything is there in the meaning itself. Once you know the meaning, you can give examples, you can write your own explanation also. So this part is very important.
Only governor and the president are having the power.
Yeah, government is having the power. President and governor is given the power.
Yes.
Okay, so first we have is execution. It might happen that execution of death sentence, capital punishment, death penalty was given. In such a case, execution, how it has to be done. Okay, so whenever a crime is committed where maximum punishment may be death penalty, case should go to sessions court. It would not go to magistrate court. Okay, like murder and all, it would go to sessions court directly. Magistrate court, it would not go to magistrate court.
Yes.
Even if session court decided the case and session court has given death penalty. Just because session court has given death penalty, straight away it would not be executed. It needs to be confirmed from the High Court also. So if Sessions Court has given death penalty, the matter would go to High Court, and High Court needs to, like confirm it. If High Court also feels that yes, death penalty should be given, High Court can, execute for Sessions Court by High Court can order Sessions Court to, execute it by issuance of warrant that this is finalized. You can execute it. You can get it done basically. Okay, so in case of death penalty, when we talk about Sessions Court, Session Court cannot straight away execute it. It can give death penalty, but it needs confirmation from the High Court as well.
So this process we cannot say as an appeal.
Yeah, they can go for an appeal in the High Court, and in that case, High Court would decide the matter. Basically, it is
before the accused going to High Court with appeal. This Session Court will refer the case automatically to High Court.
Yes, because it needs confirmation of High Court.
Yes. Yes, madam.
Only in case of death penalty, if death penalty is given in that particular offense. Okay, next is execution of sentence of death passed by High Court. If High Court has passed death penalty, in appeal, revision, Sessions Court can carry out the order. If High Court has said that no, life imprisonment is not enough, death penalty should be given. In such a case, High Court can ask for its execution as well. High Court is having the power. In case capital punishment is given to a pregnant woman, okay, because crime was committed by the women only, we cannot kill the child, okay.
Yes.
In such a case, court can order for postponement of capital punishment, that you need to wait, okay. We cannot kill the child also. So if it is a pregnant woman who has committed a crime, court can say that you need to wait until this particular sentence can be executed, or even in some cases it may be commuted also. It can be said that okay, because she is pregnant, she will have to take care of the kid also, so we are changing it to life imprisonment or something. That also can be done. Okay, and this is in fact used a lot in this Hindi serials and all. I have seen they would use this kind of a situation that a woman is has committed a crime, and then she would go to the lawyer and ask what is the way to escape it. I may face capital punishment, what is the way to escape it? And then advocate would say this is the only way. Okay, if you become pregnant, you can, maybe life imprisonment or something you might get. So this is something which we get the provision under CRPC also.
So there is possibility of getting lesser punishment.
Yeah, possibility of getting lesser punishment. Most likely you would not get capital punishment.
And the Session Court is not having the power to give the lesser punishment, only High Court.
No, if Sessions Court has given lesser punishment, that okay, fine, in this case we are giving life imprisonment, then it is fine. If the other party is not appealing before the court, then it is fine, life imprisonment only she would get. But if other party appeals and High Court says why life imprisonment, capital punishment should be given, in such a case it might be applicable. Like only if it is capital punishment, it will go to High Court. If lesser punishment was given, other party has not appealed, it might end there also.
Yes.
Okay, so this is what we have relating to death penalty. Then for imprisonment also it needs to be executed, right? So when a person is imprisoned for life or for any duration, the court passing such an order has to give warrant to the place where the person has to be confined, unless the person is already confined in the place. Mostly when the case is pending, person may be already in the prison only, right? He is awaiting the trial. He might already be in prison. If he was already in prison, that same prison only he should be kept, then there is no question of sending any warrant. But in case he was not already in prison or he was in a different prison, in such a case, warrant may be issued by the court that this person needs to be arrested, kept in this particular custody. Okay. If the accused was not present at the court at the time when he is sentenced to such imprisonment, court has passed an order that, okay, 5 years of imprisonment, but the person was not present there. The criminal was not present in the court. In that case, the court has to order for the arrest of that person. He needs to be arrested, only then he can be put in custody. So for that, court can pass an order, and by way of arrest warrant, by forwarding him to the jail where he needs to be confined, court would say, arrest this person and bring him to this so-and-so prison, keep him in custody for these many years. That is how it would be executed in case of imprisonment, when a person needs to be sent to the prison. Okay?
Yes.
Next we have is execution of sentence of fine. In case fine was imposed. Okay, in case of fine, court would ideally mention in the judgment itself that maybe 50,000 rupees fine this person needs to pay. In case of default, if the person fails to pay the fine, 3 months of imprisonment. That means by staying in jail for 3 months, he can also skip the fine part also. He need not pay it as well. Right? So in case sentence of fine is being imposed, then court can also order that, okay, you can attach some movable or immovable property of the person and you can get the money if he is not himself giving it. Okay, like that, court would pass order and get this money, get this money. And in case he is not paying, in case default happens, in such a case, the person may be arrested and he will have to solve that duration of time. Like in default, it applies. Okay, so that entire part is relating to execution. Once some order has been given, how is it that it would be actually executed? It would be actually implemented.
In such cases, madam, in judgment, whether the order say that fine or imprisonment like that.
Sorry?
You told that if the criminal has failed to pay the fine, he has to go for imprisonment for 3 months like that.
Yeah, regarding fine you are asking, right?
My doubt is whether the judgment itself, it will be clear that he has to pay fine or imprisonment for 3 months.
Say it would usually be mentioned that sometimes it might happen that, okay, this person needs to undergo 5 years imprisonment, plus he should also pay 50,000 rupees fine. Okay, so 5,000 rupees imprisonment, anyways, he needs to go to the jail. And plus, he needs to pay 50,000 rupees. If he fails to pay 50,000 rupees, in case of default, plus 3 months. That means 5 years, anyways, he should go, plus 3 months it would extend. If he is paying the fee, then that 3 months would not be applicable.
Yes.
Okay, like that court might say. Or if it is only fine, then also court might say that, okay, 50,000 rupees fine. In case of default, send him to the jail. Like that also it may be said.
Yes.
Okay, next one we have is suspension and remission of sentences. So in constitution as well, we get these provisions. Like you said, only government is having these powers. Yes, you are correct. It's the president as well as the governor. We get provisions under Article 72 of Indian Constitution relating to president, and under Article 161 Part 6 of Constitution relating to governor. This is Part 5, this is Part 6. We get provisions in Constitution that they are having this power to pardon, remit, suspend, commute, etc. Okay, so suspension is to stay or postpone execution of the sentence. And in case of remission, the duration of the sentence is reduced. Like I said, nature would be same, only the time duration might be reduced in some cases. Okay, then we also have commutation of sentence. These, try to remember the meaning and that would be enough. You can write and explain your own ways as well by giving an example. Okay, in contrast to suspension and remission, when which only affect duration of the punishment without interfering with nature of punishment. In previous two cases, nature of punishment would remain same, simple imprisonment, rigorous imprisonment, whatever, it would remain same. But in case of commutation, charges the nature of punishment may be converted from rigorous imprisonment. It may be converted to simple imprisonment as well. Okay, for example, death sentence to any other punishment. Death sentence was given, it is changed to life imprisonment, right? Or rigorous imprisonment for 12 years, like that it may happen. Imprisonment for life to any other imprisonment. Okay, for example, imprisonment for 10 years, 12 years, like that. Sentence of rigorous imprisonment for simpler imprisonment. From rigorous, we are making it simple imprisonment. Sentence for simple sentence to fine. From 3 years of imprisonment to only paying 5,000 rupees fine. Like that, we are changing the complete nature of the punishment itself. That is nothing but commutation. Okay. Is this part clear?
Yes, madam.
Okay, so this table is very important, and in the next topic, right, this meanings are very important. This, if you remember, you will be able to answer it. So this is what we have for unit 4. All the 6 topics are done. Okay.
Yes.
For
Yes.
unit 5, again, these 2 legislations we have, from where I checked some previous year question papers, and from there I have narrowed down some topics that we will be covering in both the 2 legislations. Okay.
Yes, madam.